Hey everybody, Mr. Movies 7 here, bringing you a new episode of Gaming Breakdown. And today we're talking about one of the best RPGs ever, in my opinion, Final Fantasy 7. Another example of what more needs to be said about this game that hasn't already been said. I could go on so much about this game, but what I will go over is, of course, each character, strengths, weaknesses, general overview, general setup, all the good stuff there. But before that, let's go into a little bit of background on, well, my history with the game. This came out, what was it, 97, I believe, and overshadowed Wild Arms, which I'm a little bitter about. Because here's the thing. This is only a personal gripe, but I just feel like sharing it real quick. Wild Arms came out in April of 97, whereas 7 didn't come out until I believe it was August of 97. I don't have the exact numbers with me right now, but I still kind of feel as though Final Fantasy 7 really overshadowed Wild Arms' release. And I can't help but wonder how things could have gone if, say, maybe the dates were switched, for example, and Wild Arms could maybe have had more attention back then than what it got. I mean, it's only a personal thing. It's not a huge deal, but I just felt like mentioning that here. But as far as Final Fantasy VII goes, I mean, it's up there with one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. It's not my number one favorite, though, and some people might be a little surprised at that. I would say for me, Final Fantasy 4 and 10 actually top it. It's all my opinion, of course. Everyone has their favorite Final Fantasy game. It could be 7, could be 8, blah, 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 whatever. To each their own, which is all well and good. The Final Fantasy 7, I played here and there when I was younger. We would rent it from Joe's Video Store, which was just a local game store close to us in Mount Pleasant before, just for like a weekend or like a full week here at a time. But it wasn't until I got the full game for my birthday that was when I was really able to play it. I got it for I believe it was my 12th birthday. A friend of mine who was actually on our JVBA basketball team, which was a local basketball association, Junior Viking Basketball Association it was. Pretty much like kindergarten, or I think like first grade through like 8th or ninth grade basketball. Just local league really we had played, and we were on the same team. And we actually had a game that night before my party. And he told me before the game started that he got that for me for my birthday. And I was like, holy shit! And of course, yeah, it was. We got home after the game. I forget how that even went. But yeah, we went back home, started up right away, and like, all my friends were there watching me as I played it. It was pretty damn fun. I forget how far I actually got into it when they were all there, but as I recall, I was not used to the like opposite controls at the start there, because like how was it? I had to use O to accept and X to cancel things, which I wasn't really used to that much. I know that's how it is in tactics there, but yeah, I wasn't fully used to that back then. And again, I would have been 12, I believe. Yeah, I was only 12, so what do you expect? But anyway, on to the game itself here. We have 9 playable characters, although 10 technically with Sephiroth, but he doesn't exactly count. But he's here in the picture anyway. I found this one on Google. I felt like using it. It looks cool. Anyway, yeah, we have 9 playable characters: Cloud, Tifa, Barret, Aeris, Red 13, Sid, Vincent, Yuffie, and Kate Sith. And how they are kind of classified, at least as far as I generally have them go, in 3 groups here. Now, I want to preface this here real quick. Um, this is all just my opinion. There's not really any hard and fast setup here. You can develop them any way you want to. Really, the materia system lets you just lets you go hog wild with all that. But they kind of are geared towards what you want to have them to do in combat here. And what I'll be using here is 3 different groups. We have physical, magical, and hybrid. So pretty explanatory there. Really self-explanatory there. Now, how I generally go, as far as physical characters go, that would be Cloud, Barret, and Sid. Although really Cloud has great stats and damn near everything, so he could easily go either or. But he's more so, I prefer him with physical attached there and all that. Same with Barret and Sid, really. For as far as magic goes, that would be Aeris, Vincent, and Kate Sith there. The 3 of them have pretty much the best magic stats in the game overall. And as far as hybrid characters go, that would be Tifa, Red, and Yuffie. Now, the thing is with them, I'm not really sure where to put them in, say, one group or the other, so hence the 3rd group here. But they're good either way. I mean, Red 13, I prefer him to be more physical, really be on the front lines there, but with a good handful of materia to cast spells and all that. Tifa, Again, she's a little mix of both, but she's probably better off in the front lines anyway with a handful of materia as well. Yuffie, with all her long range weapons, I more so prefer her as a mage actually. Load her up with materia, throw her in the back row there. Still keep her moderately powerful because, again, with her long range weapon, she can deal full damage from the back row there. But by and large, yeah, I keep her in the back row with materia and all that. Hopefully, she won't steal it then. But as far as Sid, Baird, and Cloud go, as far as the materia setup go, you generally don't want to have them loaded up with too much materia that will lower their stats. Like pretty much just about any materia in the game. Well, not every single one, but a lot of them will lower some of your physical stats. So like they'll lower your HP, your attack power, things like that, and then they'll in turn boost your MP and magic stat and all that. Where they don't really need that much. At least not for Baird and Sid anyway. They're pretty much like pure powerhouses really. Whereas in Cloud's case here, like I said before, he's great with everything. So you didn't really afford to give him a decent bit of materia, but still also give him accessories to boost his strength and all that there, because he'll be doing a ton of damage in the front row there. So you don't want to really hinder him that much in the being in the front row there. As far as your mages go, pretty simple really. Give them all materia, load them, throw them in the back row, you'll be fine. And yeah, Eris, Kate Sith, and Vincent are pretty much like I said, your three best mages in the game. And one of the parties I used before at the end game was Cloud, Vincent, and Kate Sith, which seems a little odd because it's well one physical character and two mages per se. Um, which strikes well personally for me, I generally prefer the 2-to-1, which would be two physical characters and one mage. But in my current playthrough, I have a 7, which I really should beat again. I'm at the Northern Cave right now. Right now, I'm using Cloud, Sid, and Vincent, which is really damn good. I have Sid with I think the Zedric armor, which is super damn powerful, and also the Curse Ring to boost all his stats in battle. And he just motorboats, not motorboats, steamrolls things. That's better. Okay, never mind that. But yeah, he just steamrolls things left and right, as does Cloud. And Vincent there is in the back row with the enemy skill, like all the elemental materia, all the good stuff there. So he can just sling spells from the back row, no problem, and also heal up as well. One also general rule I like to have: whatever three people are in my main party at the time, I like having all three of them with Restore and All Materia paired together, because you can't go wrong with having multiple people with Cure 3 on your entire party. I mean, there are times when you might very well need that to survive. Although there is also White Wind, that enemy skill, which is really damn good. It heals your current HP to everybody, and also heals status ailments, as I recall. So that alone is really damn good. But still, early on as a failsafe, once you have a few restore materia, just use three of them on each party member. You'll be fine. And yeah, as far as your hybrid characters go, in my opinion, here you have Red, Yuffie, and Tifa. Yeah, again with a good balance of materia and all that, Red and Tifa in the front row, because neither of them have that many long range weapons. I think Red has one or two, and Tifa, I don't think has any. Does she? Not that I recall, anyway. I'm trying to think real quick. Not that I know of. So yeah, throw her in the front row; she'll be fine. Um, and then yeah, with Yuffie, yeah, keep her in the back row. Give her all the spell materia there. Pretty simple overall, actually. Now, as far as party setup goes, excuse me, like overall party, Cloud is with you pretty much the entire game. Like I would say, 95% of the game, he's in your main party as your lead character, so you're stuck with him. But that's totally okay because he's awesome. And as far as your other two characters go, you really only need one mage in your party. So early on, that would definitely be Eris. And then later on, that'll probably turn into Vincent or Kate Sith there. And then for your last spot, you probably want to go with either a hybrid character or another physical character. So that would be Sid, Barrett, Red, Tifa, and Yuffie, essentially. Yeah, my personal favorite party, like I mentioned before, was Cloud, Sid, and Vincent. Because Cloud and Sid handle all the physical fronts there. Give them stuff like Slash All, Double Cut, evolve it to a 4 times cut there. Did Flash later on for instant death on all enemies. That's really all they need, really. And then other materia, like HP Plus is always a good idea to do so. Any accessories, equipment-wise, to boost their strength and speed overall, like the champion spell, the Chocobo Feather, that stuff there for auto haste and just more strength in general, really. And as far as your mage goes, which Sid, not Sid, Vincent, Eris, and Kate Sith, pretty much all the elemental spell materia, fire, bolt, and ice. Enemy skill, things like barrier, haste, and all that. Although if you have Bidgard, that's really all you need because that's haste, barrier, and M barrier all in one. It takes like 60 some MP, I'm pretty sure, but it's more than worth it. Its spell is so amazingly good throughout the entire game, really. And also restore all for Regen there, because Regen all on the entire party is kick ass. One thing you can also do on the PS1, only on the PS1, I think. I forget if it works on the PS2. When you're casting Regen on your party, regen, whatever it is. I say Regen, but I've heard it pronounced regen as well. But whatever. Um, as you're casting that, you can actually open the PS1 and PS2 disc cover or disc lid, and the game will stop. But Regen will keep going. Naturally, it'll just keep restoring your HP automatically. And then once you close the disc case after that, it'll just go right back to playing normally. So you'll have full HP, no problem. And I have done that before. It's a little abusive to do, but it's there all the same anyway. Now, one thing I haven't really gone over too much is limit breaks. And here's the thing. Um, well, your 7 characters here, being Cloud, Barret, Tifa, Eris, Red, Yuffie, and Sid. 7 characters there. 7 limit breaks each. Excuse me. That's 49 right there. Plus we have Sid. I keep saying Sid for whatever reason. Vincent has 4 himself, and Kate Sith has 2. So that's a lot to go over in one video. I would be here for quite a while rambling all of them off. So what I do want to do though is give just a general overview of each one here, really. As far as Cloud goes, single-target ones, multi-target ones. Omni Slash is his best one. A few noteworthy ones. Finishing Touch can either blow all the enemies away off screen or do some damage. It's decent enough there. Meteor Rain, if you did that early enough, I've actually gotten it in disc 1 actually, and having that so early on is stupidly powerful. That can damn near one shot some bosses actually. I've seen it do before. But yeah, Omni Slash is best one there. Needless to say, it's really good there. Um, what else? What else? Tifa, hers are pretty easy. They generally all hit one target, although if multiple enemies are on screen, they'll just randomly target them. Pretty much hers are in a combo actually. Just have hit the wheel scroller thing for yeah, or a blind spot, or a normal hit there, and they'll chain together one after the other. So that's pretty easy there. Air's are more so all healing abilities really, like Healing Wind, um, Great Gospel, Planet Protector, stuff like that. So they're more so defensive overall, really. Barrett's overall, they're all offensive abilities. Single target, multi target. Hammer Blow can one shot an enemy, just knock it out of the battle real quick. Mind Blow damages enemies MP, so that can be useful in some cases. I don't use it that often though. And yes, best one would be Catastrophe there. Undermatch is probably one of the best ones in the game too. It deals a crap ton of hits, and can also do a huge amount of damage, especially if you do pull off the overflow glitch, which I have done before. I pulled it off against Emerald Weapon, actually. Oh, Emerald Weapon. I'm sorry. Starting to get ahead of myself here a little bit. But yeah, I pulled that off before against him, and it worked flawlessly, which is really damn cool there. Red 13 has a little mix of everything. A few like buffy limit breaks, like what was it? I can't think of them there. He has one that casts like haste and berserk on the entire party. I think I forget what it's called. Um, oh yeah, Lunatic High. That's what it's called. Lunatic High. So that can be pretty good early on there. My personal favorite of his is actually Stardust Ray because it hits enemies multiple times, and the damage really piles on then. Sid pretty much damages enemies like crazy, either single target, multi target there. High Wind, much like Omni Slash there, multiple hits at a time, deals a crap ton of damage as well. Vincent, his limit breaks essentially turn him into various monsters. There's a Frankenstein one with lightning abilities there. Chaos, which is essentially Satan, more or less there. Galleon Beast, which is a blue werewolf, bipedal werewolf there. And his third one is pretty much it's called Hellmaster, I believe. Um, Chainsaw wielding maniac, more or less. There, you lose control of them in battle as he's transformed into those, but they're powerful enough as is, so it's fine. Let's see, who else? Who else? Katesith only has two abilities: slice, slots, and dice. Dice will do more damage as you level up. You'll be able to roll more and more dice as you go along. So it's set damage more or less. It's pretty decent, really. Um, and then slots has a various number of effects there, either like healing your entire party, damaging enemies, calling a summon for free, ending the game outright if you get to the end or game over, whatever it's called, I forget. That's very, very, very rare to see that last one there. I have never seen it myself actually. So yeah, there's all those effects there. And then for Tifa, I went over Tifa already. Yuffie there. Um, excuse me, sorry about that. My throat decided to bother me all of a sudden with me rambling so much today. Um, yeah, Yuffie has one healing ability with her limit breaks there. The other ones just deal straight damage there. Her last one, All Creation, isn't really that good. It hits enemies just once, whereas like Doom of the Living will hit enemies multiple times. So I prefer that over All Creation myself there. And that's everybody, I believe, right? I do believe so. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to really just give just a quick gloss over. Like I said, I didn't want to detail every single one. This video would go on forever at this point. So yeah, I didn't want to half-ass it and just not mention it at all. So I wanted to at least mention them a little bit there. So there you go. And that's pretty much it for me, guys. Trying to think anything else I really need to go over before I close the video. Not particularly, no. Yeah, maybe after I finish this video, actually, I'll go back to playing my file on the Vita. So I'm right in the Northern Cave there, very, very close to the end of the game. And I was playing it before, but then Trails of Cold Steel showed up, and that's where all my time's been focused on lately. Alright, so with that, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next week for a new episode of Gaming Breakdown. And with that, guys, this has been Mr. Movies 87 signing off. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.